All right, so now that we've created our project, we're in our migrations, let's actually walk through the wagtail environment. So I use Atom, so I can just do Atom dot, and it'll automatically open the project in Atom. So right away we see my blog. This is going to be your normal folder that will have your settings. It now has static. Wagtail builds that in. It has a templates folder where this is your base. Let's go one step at a time. So we have our settings, and they already set it up into base, dev, and production, okay? And if you don't do this for your own Django projects, it's actually really good to do that, where you have your base, where it has all of the main settings, okay? Where you have your installed apps. As we see, we have home and search, which are the Wagtail built-in apps that have deployed, or not deployed, but were created when we ran the Wagtail create. There's a couple of third parties and a bunch of Wagtail specific apps. If we keep on scrolling down, they already defined a template directory. We scroll down, database is about the same. It sets up the static files already, and just a couple other Wagtail additions. And then we have our development and our production. So as you see, the main thing in production, you always want to run with debug to be false. Okay, it's just a really big security issue. And in your development, you want it to be on, or you want it to be true. So this is how it'll check, and then it adds a couple other things just for your development side. And as we see, secret key is in the development or the dev settings, because you typically want to keep your secret key in your environment when you're in production. So that's another thing Wagtail deploys or just includes within its build out. Okay, so you have it's really easy. It does a lot of the setup for you. It has your static files right here, where you have your CSS and your JS, where you can just add custom CSS and JS. As we can see, it defines it right here, or static root. Oh no, not static root, static files, DIRs. We'll have project dir, so that's going to be my blog, and then static. So this is where all your static CSS and JS files will go. Okay, and then we have our templates. This is the default 404 template, the default 500, and this is your base. Okay, if you've done it, if you've used Django before, you know you typically create your own base, but this has a bunch of different things that makes it really easy when you're creating new template files. It's already extended, or it's already created, so you can just extend this base.html for all of your other templates, and it's already built out. This is where I will put my other style sheets. As we can see, this style sheet CSS, my blog.css, this is actually pulling from this file right here. And there's just a lot of cool things that are already included in this base.html. I know we're kind of running through this, so don't worry about everything. This is just kind of give you a quick overview. So let's close my blog. Actually, before we do, let's look at URLs. We see a bunch of different URLs. We see the search. We're going to go to search views. From search views, import search views. So this is from this search app, where it handles all of the functionality when you type in an item to search for in your Wagtail project. We'll get into that as well. And there's a bunch of other built-ins. If settings.debug, so this is how it'll serve the static files in development as opposed to in production. So that is part of the my blog. Then we go to, let's start off with home. Home already has some migrations. That means that there's something in the models.py, right? Some static files, and then the templates, okay? So it already has a homepage.html template, and if we go to our models, it says homepage. And notice that this homepage is the same as home_page, right? There's a pattern there. We'll get into that. And the models in Wagtail work by creating a page model, and then each page in your Wagtail project will be an instance of this model page or homepage, okay? So we have that for home, and then search will really just have the view, the search view. It's a function-based view, and it already has a template, search.html. As you can see, there is a search form in here, and when you actually go to the search URL, this is what you'll see. Okay, it's a lot. Don't worry about learning or memorizing it all right now. I just wanted to give you an overview of a lot of the different things. So let's go into actually building a project.